our travel video on visiting the National Park of American Samoa. I'm Jessie.
And I'm Scott, and we have a lifelong goal of visiting all the national parks.
American Samoa was our 57th, and it was a challenging one to get to.
When researching how to get there, it was difficult to find videos on YouTube, so we thought we'd put together this video on how to travel to the park.
It's not a how-to video, but it showcases what we did when planning and traveling to the park.
Yeah.
So we hope it's helpful to you.
In this video, we're going to show you all the adventures we went on, from swimming in crystal clear water, trying some local Samoan foods, going on many hikes, and seeing lots of wildlife. But before we can do that, we have to show you how we got there.
Oh, they're here! We traveled in February of 2025 with family.
And getting there is no joke. It took a total of 6 airports and a boat ride to get to our final destination.
Again, everything practically is delayed today, and there are more than half of you with the connection. So we'll do as much as we can.
With that many steps in a journey, just expect that there will be delays and complications.
And that brings us to our first tip. Have some buffer days. Things won't go as planned, so make sure you have that extra time to make up the difference.
We flew from Minneapolis to Seattle, where we were supposed to have just a couple-hour delay and then travel onward to Honolulu. Unfortunately, there was weather that caused delays in Minneapolis, meaning we missed our connection in Seattle and had to spend the night in a lovely Comfort Inn.
Which was a bummer because we had 5-star hotels on Waikiki Beach that we didn't get reimbursed for. And if you're on a budget like we were, another tip to help save a little bit of money is to sign up for an Alaskan airline credit card. They had a promotion where we had 80,000 miles for signing up, and that was enough miles to fly 4 people to Honolulu one way.
Since we signed up for the credit card, Alaskan and Hawaiian Airlines have combined, which for this trip, traveling from the mainland US is probably even more beneficial because the flights from Hawaii to American Samoa are all on Hawaiian Airlines.
Instead of having a full day in Waikiki, we ended up having a long layover in Honolulu, which was okay. We got out of the airport, stretched our legs, had lunch, and tried some shaved ice.
Thank you. Just a little bit? After spending the day in Honolulu, we returned to the airport for the next leg of our journey from Honolulu to Pago Pago. At the time of our travel, there were only 2 flights per week from Honolulu to Pago Pago, so keep that in mind when you're planning your trip. It's like the dream trip.
Not right. This is not right.
Thank you.
This is not right. I didn't do anything.
Out at the gate.
I didn't do anything.
So we are safe to go now. We just wanted to take a little bit of time to check it out before we elected to continue.
All flights that land into Pago Pago end up getting there pretty late after everything's closed.
We'll be at the ground very shortly.
The cell phones won't work unless you have a different SIM card. And by the time we flew in the early morning flight the next day, there wasn't enough time to get a SIM card. So a good tip would be order ahead. Maybe they can ship it to your house in the States. That way by the time you land, you already have it. The Tradewinds Hotel is where we stayed. It was about a mile away from the airport, and there are free shuttles.
The next morning, we had an early flight from Pago Pago to the Manua Islands, landing in Tutuila on the island of Tau. We did find out that it wasn't quite as important to have those SIM cards because locals were kind enough to let us borrow their phones when we needed to, and there were Wi-Fi at many of the lodges we stayed at. And quite frankly, it was nice just to be cut off from the outside world.
Yes. Our end goal was to get to the island called Ofu, but they only have 2 flights on Samoa Airways from Pago Pago. However, Tutuila, how do you say it? Tutuila has
on
3
the island
flights.
of Tau.
On the island of Tau has 3 flights per week. So the path we took was to first go to Tutuila, spend a day there, and then take a boat ride over to Ofu, and then from Ofu we flew back to Pago Pago.
Our adventure in Fitiuta started off great. We were met by a local pastor who gave us a ride to our lodging for the night at Fitiuta Lodge.
And that's where we got to meet the owners of the lodge, Mama, Papa, and their daughter Ata.
After checking in, Mama offered us some local fruit, and then we decided to venture out on a hike.
As we were walking out the door, Papa was leaving and they offered us a ride. It was kind of neat. We got to help do some chores, feed his pigs, and then he gave us a tour of some of his local family land.
Fitiuta Lodge has two types of spaces available. Private rooms that are fairly new or a shared communal home.
The private rooms are like a new hotel room, and the shared home is where you have the same living space as other guests, but you have your own private bedroom. It worked out great for us that we were the only guests in that communal home.
After Mama and Papa dropped us off the trailhead, we ventured on our hike. And we passed along a historical cultural site called a Samoa and saw wild pigs and had several side trips to beaches. This is the site where the first Polynesian explorers settled into Samoa.
This was our first hike on our visit, and it was a level hike that followed the ocean, which was nice because it kind of got us used to the temperature. The temperature in February, the average, is about 88 degrees for the high, so make sure you dress accordingly. And another helpful tip is bring a camera. You'll probably see some wildlife on this hike.
The name of this trail is called the Siu Trail. All trails told us that at the end we'd find a waterfall. However, when we were there, the trail kind of closed in at the end. We never actually found a waterfall, though I don't think we went far enough. We wound up just taking a detour to a beach because the humidity was really kicking our butts.
The beach was a great place to look for rocks and shells. One of the beautiful things about the Manua Islands is the low population density. You get this vast beauty of this natural landscape.
On our hike back, we joked that this island should be called Snack Island. We found papayas, we found bananas, and we even harvested some coconuts on our way back.
Oh, they roll a long way sliding the branches down.
Oh, that's a good throw. You hit one.
Oh, God! We got refreshments.
We brought our snacks back, and Papa taught us about the tree of life. The coconut tree provides shelter, fire, and food.
Papa then showed us how to remove the husks from the coconut and drink the water.
Okay, you want a drink?
And then Mama showed us how to scrape the flesh from the inside of the coconut and twist the coconut flesh to get the milk.
All for free, because you're family.
You can do that.
Oh, have you seen that technique?
And the coconut milk happened to be part of the dinner later that evening.
We were blessed to be provided with a meal from Mama and Papa.
I don't know what to do with him.
They prepared for us coconut crab, breadfruit, and red bananas.
Oh, that's a good chunk of meat.
Should I wacky whack? Oh!
We dipped the red bananas into that coconut milk. It was delicious.
And that brings up another tip. There are no restaurants on the Manua Islands. Mama and Papa do own a little convenience store. It's right in front of where they play bingo at night.
So you can get limited provisions.
But I would still bring some food just to be safe. The next morning, Mama and Papa arranged a boat to bring us from Ta'u to Ofu.
And that's just one example of how great of a host Mama and Papa were to us. They provided us with meals, gave us insight into their culture, and invited us into their family during this stay. You know, that's another tip. We really urge you to include Ta'u and a stay at Fitiuta Lodge in your itinerary for American Samoa.
I would even say it's a must-do. The 45-minute boat ride was enjoyable, but it almost didn't happen. Of the few boats that they had on the island that were scheduled to go out, they were all on a different island the day we were there. So we almost had to use one of our buffer days to actually fill in until another boat showed up. However, Papa came through and he knew a guy who knew a guy, was able to bring us from one island to the next.
The payment for boat ride was in cash. In American Samoa, cash is the main method of payment, so another tip is to bring additional cash in case it is needed.
And here we are arriving in the marina on Ofu.
The boat captain was kind enough to let us use his phone to contact Ben, the owner of Veoto Lodge.
And after getting the call, Ben drove over in his pickup truck, picked us up, and brought us back to the lodge.
You guys want to go to the beach?
Oh, traffic.
Ben, another amazing host, showed us to our rooms, gave us some tips.
And then we quickly headed to the beach, right outside of the lodge. Ready?
I knew that was the... Watch this. Oh, it's under the thing. Oh, no.
Hey, buddy.
How are you, buddy? How are you, Ian? How are you? Good boy. Yeah, wanna go swimming? Well, let's do it. Oh, Nugget. Oh, Nugget, come here.
In researching our trip to American Samoa, we did read about dogs and how they can be dangerous to people. We never actually encountered that, but some of the locals did warn us as well while we were there. Most of the beaches in American Samoa are owned by Samoan families, so permission is needed to access them.
The most beautiful beach that we've ever seen? You don't need permission for. It's leased by the National Park Services.
Ofu Beach is approximately 2.5 miles long of secluded white sand beach. It contains the most beautiful turquoise water you've ever seen, and you can walk straight in and snorkel within feet of the beach.
When researching the culture of the park, we found out from another YouTuber that their culture is a little more conservative, so we decided to bring swim shirts every time we went swimming. Not only that, it helped protect us from the sun.
And that sun protection allowed us to stay out longer when we were snorkeling. The abundance of wildlife was amazing, and it was our first time snorkeling with reef sharks.
And they were constantly moving, and they were very hard to film.
Damn, and all of a sudden I look and there's sharks were just buzzing around.
The water temps were pretty warm, so we were able to swim pretty much all day. Then we hopped back on our bikes and started headed back before dinner.
And on our way back, we had yet another wildlife encounter. Fruit bats!
They were everywhere, and it shouldn't have surprised us that fruit bats are near fruit.
Yeah, there's one by the banana.
He moved on you.
For dinner that night, we brought dehydrated camping meals.
Can bats hear humans? Do bats have powers?
The next morning, we had spam and eggs.
Veoto Lodge has some provisions available for purchase. We all had our own rooms, but there were shared communal spaces such as the kitchen, a lounge that had Wi-Fi access with games, and a television.
Another benefit of the lodge is that Ben, the owner, he let us use his truck.
We were joined by another guest of the lodge for a hike of Mount Tumu.
His name was Brandon, and he was on the same quest that we are, to visit all the national parks.
Look at that web though. It is literally like
I know.
entire.
Like it almost choked me. It almost tripped me. Like
The Mount Tumu Trail is just under 6 miles long with an elevation gain of just under 1,500 feet. It was definitely worthwhile. There were a lot of parts that were overgrown, but they were marked with trail markers so we could make our way through.
It was also very hot. I think it was about 100 degrees and probably 100% humidity.
What are we doing?
I'll go through.
oh my gosh, this is bigger than the one we ate.
Ooh, he's getting it.
Ooh, he's after me. Ooh, he's trying to get me. That one clamper's open.
kind of fun, huh? Type 2 fun, guys.
Best ever.
That is one massive freaking crab. Oh, he's heavy. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, he is really heavy. Oh, look at the size. That's now.
That is
oh,
like
he's always got his clompers open.
snap it. Dude, that thing is so heavy.
The size of the coconut crab seemed to increase the higher we went.
It's an out and back hike that's mostly shaded the entire way, and the entire way is all uphill.
And the reward for that effort is an absolutely stunning overlook. We're up here.
You amazing. Twisted my arm. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at that reef.
We looked like a bunch of wet dogs in the group photo at the end. We were drenched from head to toe from sweat and humidity.
But boy, what a memory.
Are there any helpful tips that you can think about for this hike?
Yep, you should bring lots of water, maybe a sweat rag, and for sure your camera.
And a cloth to get the moisture off the camera lens.
We really enjoyed this hike and highly recommend you include it on your Ofu adventure.
The next morning we were supposed to fly back to Pago Pago. However, our flight was canceled.
And that cancellation turned out to be a blessing. We got a bonus day in Ofu.
We spent most of the day relaxing under the bridge between the islands of Ofu and Olasenga.
Okay, perfect.
And some people jump off the bridge into the water.
Don't jump off the bridge.
Yeah, right.
I've done plenty of other jumping.
Let's just say no one else is following you in. Scott is your life vest down there.
Oh, that's he's. Oh no, he's
Not coming
filming.
for you.
He's like, see who's gonna be stupid, Chad or Jesse. Which one is it gonna be?
Okay.
But we chickened out.
We chickened out.
We chickened out. We got permission to swim on this beach, and this beach was great. There was a perfect breeze between the two islands.
There was shade from the bridge, as well as the reef and some soft sand. And the view wasn't bad either.
Like the rest of America's Samoa, wildlife was abundant here as well.
Couple of tips for snorkeling on Ofu. We recommend you bring your own gear.
The tide is only a couple feet, but it does make a difference with visibility and swimming above some of the shallow coral.
So we recommend you swim at the higher tide times.
If we had more time, we would have tried deep water snorkeling off of Olasenga.
Ben actually had pointed out a few locations to us, so be sure to ask him for tips. Two of the cool things we saw were huge lionfish and eels.
We also saw sharks again, and this time I was able to capture them on film.
It's coming right towards me.
Oh boy. I want to keep them all in here though.
Oh, I got a little nervous there. If there's a bunch of them, I'm getting the heck out of here.
There are two knock-knock stores on the islands. One just happened to be across the bridge in Olasenga.
A knock-knock store is a small store with basic groceries.
If it appears no one is manning the store, just knock. They'll come.
And they have ices. Another tip is to take advantage of the runway right outside of the lodge.
We raced our bikes, watched the sunset, and laid on our backs to watch the stars.
America Samoa is the only U.S. national park in the southern hemisphere, so the stars are going to look a little different here.
Besides looking at the stars, you can also grab a flashlight and take a look at some of the night critters.
Yeah, the hike might have got us a little bit.
Right here, like all the noises in the trees and the wind.
You put your finger by it.
You put your finger by it.
Huntsman thing? He's pretty photogenic.
Oh God, I almost fall down the edge. I just scratched Scott. I thought I was falling down the edge.
We were able to use the phone at the lodge to make sure that our flights were coming today.
And then we headed out to the beach for one final morning. The check-in for the airport is right next to Beodo Lodge, so we just walked over with our luggage.
Samoa Airways is the only airline that flies to the Manua Islands.
That is awesome, yeah. You got family there.
At the time of our flight, we were each allowed a 35-pound check bag.
The second check bag was $15, and that bag could go up to 50 pounds.
The flights from Pago to Fitiuta were Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and from Pago to Ofu were Tuesday and Thursday when we were there.
There are no flights on Saturdays or Sundays, and you can pretty much expect that most, or if not all, businesses will be closed on Sundays. It was about a 40-minute flight from Ofu back to Pago Pago. Upon arriving in Pago Pago, we rented a car, checked into the Tradewinds Hotel, and then grabbed a bite to eat.
We stopped at a restaurant to get some Spam pizza.
But it's not Spam.
Straight.
The car rental place was like any other that we've had in the past. The name of the company was called Steven & Sons, and they dropped off a car at the airport for us and told us to pay about halfway through our vacation. Not only do they rent cars, but they also have local favorite foods. So when we stopped in halfway to pay for the car rental, the rest of us checked out the food they had. Returning the car was even easier. We just parked it at the airport.
We also took a trip to the visitor center for the national park. It does have limited hours, so another tip is to be sure you know what the hours are before visiting.
After talking to the ranger about some hikes on this island, we ventured across the street where they had a little market and grabbed some snacks.
One of the major industries on the island is canning for star-kissed tuna.
And another helpful tip is to use the recirculation button on your car because it doesn't smell the greatest.
It's stanky.
I read somewhere that 1 out of every 4 cans of shelf-stable tuna at a U.S. grocery store is probably canned here.
The first hike we did was the Lower Samoa Ridge Trail. It was a short hike, just under a half a mile down to the ocean front and some beautiful pools you can swim in.
It was windy that day, and we were told that people can swim there, but we didn't see anybody swimming when we were there.
The city of Pago Pago is on the island of Tutuila, and the national park only occupies a small portion of this island. We also adventured on a hike called the Tutuila Island Trail. It's around a mile long, going to a beautiful beach with an overlook of some tall mountains.
Yeah, you're up. Wait. Yeah. Pop it. Oh!
The next day, we checked out of our hotel and did some more exploring. We stopped at Sadie's by the Sea for lunch.
At the time of our stay, there were 3 places to stay. The Tradewinds Hotel, where we stayed, Sadie's by the Sea, and a small beach resort.
Yeah, we're eating their siblings right now.
All of the locals that we met are extremely friendly. We were treated as family everywhere we went.
American Samoa is filled with history. A deed of secession was reached on April 17th of the year 1900. It's slightly different than a full title deed. It did give significant rights to the United States.
You're gonna stand on one of those big things?
Even though they didn't have full ownership.
I'm scared. I don't know why. They don't got poisonous frogs, do they?
This relationship played a critical role for our Navy in World War II due to the perfect natural harbor of Pago Pago, and military artifacts are still present today.
He's totally hunting.
There's gotta be something down there.
Backflip, did you get that?
That was a perfect hit.
All flights leaving the island are red-eye flights. Ours left at 11:20 p.m.
My heart is racing a little bit already.
What are they gonna do? Kick me out? Are they gonna call the police?
Ooh, could you imagine if there's a pool police?
Your destination is on the left.
After sweating all day before the flight, we realized we didn't have access to a shower.
What's your go-to? What are you gonna do? So we developed a plan to sneak back into the hotel and use the shower next to the pool.
Which brings up another tip. You should book your room for an extra night just so you have access to that shower before you fly home.
And then shower and be like, oh, I don't feel like swimming
It's not a
anymore.
bad idea.
Stealthy. Look at that hair though.
Yeah, you sweated the second you did draft.
Was it worth it?
We used the parking lot at the hotel to repack our bags for the long flight back to Hawaii.
The airport in Pago Pago is very small, and most everyone seemed to know each other. It started to pour down rain right before we boarded, so the airline gave us umbrellas as we made our way onto the plane.
Yeah, it's only Pago.
Well, we could have shared the big one.
That's okay.
A healthy tip for surviving a red-eye flight is to create a sleep-friendly environment by bringing things like a neck pillow or eye mask, earplugs. Wear some comfortable clothes, stay hydrated, avoid caffeine, and plan your arrival to adjust to the new time zone quickly.
We did it.
We don't remember much from this day because we didn't sleep that well in the airplane. We originally scheduled 2 days in Oahu, and those were buffer days just in case we had some delays. So in the background of this part of the video, you're going to see us on our vacation in Oahu. But we thought we'd take this time to talk a little bit more about American Samoa.
First off, there were some contrasts between American Samoa and Hawaii. For the biggest one were the crowds. There were far more people and far much more traffic on Hawaii than American Samoa.
Crowds in the street and then crowds on the beach too. And not only were there people on the beach, but the water temperature was way different. American Samoa, it was almost like bath water.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hawaii, the water actually, we joked, we thought it felt cold.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We also noticed that Hawaii was much more expensive once we were on island. To buy a bottle of soda or a snack was 3 times the price on Oahu as it was on Ofu, which surprised us.
Yep. Is there anything that we would have done different? We should talk about that.
Yes, and I think the overall theme of things we would do different is spend more time in American Samoa, on all the islands.
More time on Ofu, just have more time on the beach. More time on Tutuila.
Yeah, we wanted to attend church while we were in American Samoa, but our travels didn't align with meeting enough people to be invited to a church on a Sunday while we were there.
Another tip, if we could do it again, we would do different, is obviously get an extra night hotel in Pago Pago. That way we would have a place to shower before we got on the plane. Oh, besides church, it would be nice to spend more time on Tutuila because we could maybe do like bingo with Mama and Papa, or if they do like a traditional cooking under the ground in the Samoan umus, I think they're called. Yeah, that would be neat to attend or participate in as well.
The other thing that I think we would do differently, we brought most of our own food, dehydrated camping meals, when we went to the Manua Islands. But had we planned for an additional day in Pago before we made the trek to Manua Islands, we could have stopped for fresh groceries, which might have been nice.
Yep, that would have been nice. What about some of the things that we were glad that we did? Like if we were going to give them advice on what they should do, or things that we were actually grateful that we did?
You know, one of the things that I was grateful we did was include Fidiuta on our travel agenda. Even though it was a short stop, it was amazing to see the culture and actually get to be part of Mama and Papa's family while we were there.
That was kind of the difference between the Manua Islands. On Fidiuta, we got to see more of the culture, and then on Ofu, it was just the beautiful beaches, the beautiful hikes, the beautiful snorkeling. Like the scenery was great there and the culture was great there.
Mm-hmm. I also would say that we're glad that we did work in that boat trip between Ta'u and Ofu.
Yeah.
We got to see both of the islands from a different perspective
Dolphins?
being out on the water. Yep, we saw dolphins,
Yep.
the beautiful deep blue water. And our
neat.
guide actually talked a little bit about fishing while we traveled between the two islands too, which was interesting.
And that would be something else. If we had more time, it would be neat to hire one of the local people to take us out fishing.
And then I also think personally for me, I was really glad that we did do that Tumu mountain hike on Ofu. It was hot.
Even though it's that hot?
It was humid, but we got to see those giant coconut crabs, that view, seeing down the coast of Ofu over to Olasenga. It's something I'll remember forever.
And the white birds. I'm not sure what they were. There were some birds at the top of the mountains that were soaring around. They're hard to get on film, so we didn't have any in this video, but they were pretty neat to look at.
Yeah. And in terms of highlights, I think we both share some.
I would say just Ofu Beach. Like just seeing that paradise of the beach on Ofu. What would be your highlight of the whole entire trip?
My highlight was the snorkeling on Ofu.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen such marine diversity, a reef that close to shore that you could walk directly to. You didn't need to take a boat. It was spectacular.
Yep.
And Ofu Beach, actually the islands of Ofu and Olasenga, they are the screensaver that everybody longs to have on their computer. There's no other paradise that I've been to like that.
It literally is the screensaver on my computer at work. A photo we took.
We really appreciate you taking the time to watch our video, and we hope that you have found some valuable tips throughout this video as well. If you have been to the American Samoa Islands, feel free to leave an additional comment and information to help others plan their trip in the comments below.
Thanks for watching.
Howdy.